I never raised this issue with Jody Wilson-Raybould. My staff, appropriately, would make her staff aware of the economic consequences of decisions, about the importance of thinking about jobs.
She said she was pressured, though.
I can't speak to her views. She has her opinion. My staff, appropriately, would make all of my colleagues aware of the economic consequences of decisions, about the importance of protecting Canadian jobs.
Have you verified what Ms. Wilson-Raybould said yesterday with Ben Chin? Have you fact-checked that?
I'm obviously in regular touch with my staff. I never raised this issue with Jody Wilson-Raybould.
That's not what I asked. I asked you if you asked Ben Chin if what she said yesterday is correct.
She approached me in the House of Commons to tell me that my staff was speaking to her staff, which I see as entirely appropriate for my staff to bring up issues about the importance of protecting jobs, and that is their job.
What the allegation from Jody Wilson-Raybould yesterday in her testimony was this went beyond the conversation between your Chief of Staff, Ben Chin, and her Chief of Staff, Jessica Prince, went beyond just a push for jobs. This was actually a partisan push. And to quote from her directly, she said Ben Chin told Jessica Prince, if they don't get a DPA, they will leave Montreal, and it's the Quebec election right now, so we can't have that happen. Did you direct, personally, Ben Chin to do that?
My staff, of course, is going to be constantly in communication with other teams across the government, always talking about the importance of the economy, always talking about the importance of jobs, and that is their appropriate role in government. I think that Ben was acting entirely appropriately in that capacity.
So you have not answered whether you personally directed that. I'll give you another opportunity to do that, but since we've only got a chance for a follow-up, I also want to ask you, as you were listening to her testimony yesterday, what was going through your mind?
I didn't have the opportunity to listen to her testimony. I was in a cabinet meeting, but I did review it, and Jody Wilson-Raybould has her opinion. I've had the opportunity over 3.5 years to sit at the cabinet table to think about, with my colleagues, the importance of jobs and the importance of the rule of law. We constantly have to think about how important that is, how complex that job is, but how important it is that we comport ourselves appropriately.
So did you direct Ben? You still haven't answered that.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Do you agree that the issue, raising the jobs issue, is implicit pressure? Minister Wilson-Raybould seems to think it is, that any discussion of this is implicit pressure. And do you still think that a DPA should be an option for this company?
I think that my responsibility as Minister of Finance, with my colleagues across the country, with provinces, is to talk about the importance of ensuring that Canadians have and can continue to get great jobs. That is actually definitionally what I'm trying to achieve, because that's what creates a great economy, and we'll keep doing that. We'll do that appropriately, considering the rule of law, but that will be a continuing responsibility of me in this role.